It was a quiet August day in 2010 when the threshold of an ordinary London flat revealed a secret that still haunts minds today. In this top-floor Pimlico apartment, a young MI6 spy named Gareth Williams had been missing for exactly 7 days. When police finally forced entry on August 23rd, they encountered a scene that looked straight out of a thriller movie. A red sports bag sitting in the bathroom bathtub, and inside it, a human body. The most shocking detail? The bag was locked from the inside, and the key, which should never have been where it was found inside the bag, beneath the corpse. When neighbors heard that the quiet young man's body had been discovered this way, their description of him was completely ordinary. A cyclist, a peaceful neighbor, not even a drinker. But what immediately became clear to police was that this case was far from ordinary. The flat was secure and perfectly intact from inside. No signs of burglary, no evidence of break-in. But that zip-sealed mystery bag lying in the bathroom became the foundation of London's most bizarre secret. And then arose questions that still demand answers today. Can a person seal themselves in this manner? And if not, then who did? Police immediately declared this apartment a crime scene, but the clues found there, instead of solving the story, made it even more tangled. Fingerprints weren't where they should have been, and there was evidence suggesting that perhaps Gareth wasn't alone at the time of his death. But the biggest secret was just beginning to unfold. Because if Gareth Williams had been just an ordinary man, this case might not have become so significant. But he wasn't just anyone. He was MI6's top secret codebreaker, a man who had access to the world's deepest secrets. But what happened in those missing 7 days? The answer to this question will chill you to the bone. Imagine a small boy who from childhood was lost in the magic of numbers and puzzles. This boy from Wales's Anglesey Island wasn't just a student, but a mathematical genius. At just 14 years old, he had completed his graduation, while still technically in school age. This exceptional talent led him to Britain's most secretive institution, GCHQ. Here Gareth began code-breaking work that was beyond ordinary human comprehension. But Gareth's life was simple. He wanted neither fame nor a flashy lifestyle. He often stayed alone, wasn't very social, and seemed happy in his private world. Then, one day, he was sent to MI6, a place with glamorous and ruthless intelligence culture. Gareth never wanted to become part of this world. His family later revealed that he wasn't happy with MI6's politics and environment, and wanted to return to GCHQ. But in the spy world, nothing is that simple. And the strangest thing? Gareth never told his family anything about his work. No mention of those projects, no reference to the secrets he possessed. His uncle said, he never talked about his work. We knew we shouldn't even ask, but here's where it gets terrifying. Gareth's flat contained over £20,000 worth of designer women's clothing, unworn, tags still attached. What was a shy, private mathematician doing with an expensive collection of women's fashion? This discovery leads to the real question. What secrets did Gareth possess that he hid even from his family? Could these secrets have become the reason for his death? This is the puzzle that makes this story even darker. And the most chilling part? Someone knew about these secrets. Someone who was watching him. When police checked Gareth's Pimlico flat, at first glance, everything seemed completely normal. The flat was neat, no signs of break-in, no evidence of burglary. But the scene inside the bathroom shook everyone to their core. A red sports bag was placed inside the tub, and inside that bag, Gareth's body was found crumpled in a fetal position. And the most shocking detail? The bag had a padlock, but its key was found inside the bag, beneath Gareth's body. How could this be possible? When the forensic team examined the scene in detail, even more secrets emerged. There wasn't a single fingerprint on the bag, padlock, or bath rim, neither Gareth's nor anyone else's. As if everything had been deliberately cleaned. Here's the scientific impossibility. Experts later repeated this experiment over 300 times. They tried to lock themselves inside such bags, but not a single attempt was successful. One forensic specialist said, "Even Houdini couldn't escape from this situation." This means the possibility that Gareth sealed himself was almost impossible. But then came the most disturbing discovery. Unidentified DNA traces were found on the bag. DNA that didn't match Gareth or anyone in the police database. Someone else had definitely been there. Pathologists pointed out another thing. If Gareth had gone into the bag alive, he couldn't have survived more than 3 to 4 minutes. And then another clue emerged. The flat had unusually high heating, which caused the body to decompose quickly and weakened forensic evidence. The heating system had been running at maximum for days. But why? Was someone trying to destroy evidence? Every single thing, the impossible lock, missing prints, contradictory theories, unusual heating, and mysterious DNA, all combined to deepen just one question. Was this death an accident? Or did someone design this scene according to their will? But the real horror was about to be revealed when investigators discovered what Gareth had been working on. When the Metropolitan Police began investigating after Gareth's body was found, the first shock was that MI6 had taken a full 7 days to report him missing. His deeply emotional family revealed that if MI6 had taken immediate action upon his absence, clearer forensic evidence would have been available. Now it had almost completely decomposed. This delay became the investigation's first major crack. The investigation became even more tangled when a secret-level meeting came to light. MI6's chief had asked Scotland Yard's commissioner for assurance that detectives wouldn't delve too deeply into the sensitive aspects of Gareth's work. This murky dialogue gave rise to further doubts about the police's independence. But here's what's truly terrifying. CCTV footage that should have shown Gareth's last known movements had mysterious gaps. Some recordings from around his flat were completely missing for the crucial dates. Blank spaces that felt like intentional cover-up. Then came statements from unofficial sources reminding us that some things were accidentally kept out of the investigation or fell into other people's hands, such as unseized memory sticks that were in Gareth's office or a similar bag found under his MI6 desk. These gaps, identified by Detective Superintendent and the family's lawyer, cast shadows over the investigation's credibility. The most shocking revelation: Gareth had been working on highly classified cyber warfare programs against foreign nations. His computer expertise was being used to penetrate enemy intelligence networks. Did someone want to silence him permanently? Witness testimonies also created more holes. MI6 bosses, who were Gareth's line managers, kept saying they assumed he had gone to catch a train somewhere, so they didn't raise an alarm. The family said, "This boy was regular like a Swiss clock. He never missed even a single day." This friction deepened the confusion further. Across this maze of contradictions, one question haunted everyone. Was this a professional assassination disguised as a bizarre accident? When Gareth Williams' death couldn't be solved, a long list of theories emerged, and each theory was so terrifying in its own place that it seemed false. But the evidence was so confusing that nothing could be confidently proven. The first theory forced everyone to look in one direction: foreign intelligence agencies. Gareth worked on sensitive data and cybersecurity projects, and at that time, a new cyber Cold War was ongoing between Russia and Britain. Some investigators believed Gareth had been eliminated, and a staged crime scene was left in his flat. Russian spy networks had been recently exposed in London. Gareth's work involved breaking into foreign communication systems. Was this a sophisticated assassination where every clue was intentionally designed to create confusion? This question still hangs in the air today. The second theory is even darker: MI6 itself. Reports revealed that Gareth wasn't reported missing on time, and gaps related to his sensitive documents were deliberately left. Some people said that perhaps he had learned some dangerous secrets within his own agency that someone didn't want exposed. What if his end came at the hands of his own organization? And if so, then the locked bag scene was just a bizarre cover-up. Internal documents suggested Gareth had expressed dissatisfaction with certain MI6 operations. The third theory, perhaps the most controversial, suggests this wasn't murder but a private experiment that accidentally became fatal. Investigators suggested Gareth was interested in unusual escapology and personal experimentation, involving claustrophilia and autoerotic practices. His flat contained unusual items, including bondage equipment and women's clothing worth £20,000. Perhaps he had practiced locking himself in bags, but couldn't escape this time. But forensic experts said locking oneself inside the bag from within was almost impossible. So even this theory seems like a dead end, yet it leaves questions lingering in people's minds. Some experts believe this was history's most perfect murder, designed to look impossible, ensuring it would never be solved. The killer knew exactly how to stage the scene to create maximum confusion while leaving minimal evidence. Each theory opens a new door, but also gives birth to a new puzzle. Foreign spies, possible MI6 betrayal, a personal accident, or a perfect crime. Which one hides the real truth? But the most spine-chilling possibility of all, what if the truth is a combination of all these theories? The year 2012 arrived, and this case's biggest turn came when the official inquest began. Inside the courtroom, everyone's attention was focused on just one thing. Was Gareth's death an accident, or had someone deliberately done this to him? When coroner Dr. Fiona Wilcox delivered her verdict, her words shook everyone. She said Gareth's death was unlawful killing on the balance of probabilities. In simple terms, this meant that someone else's hand was behind this mystery. But the story didn't end there. Contradictory statements kept coming from the police side. Sometimes Scotland Yard officials would say the evidence wasn't clear, and it might just be an accident. Sometimes they would strongly deny this. This confusion made the case even more tangled. The most shocking twist. In 2013, under pressure from intelligence agencies, the coroner was forced to change her verdict to death by unascertained means. The family was devastated. Gareth's mother Ellen said, "They're protecting someone. My son deserves justice." Media immediately picked up on this contradiction. Headlines filled with the question, if this was an unlawful killing, then where is the killer? The public was also confused. On one side, government agencies' silence and contradictory responses. On the other side, a professional coroner's shocking initial verdict. The haunting questions that remained outside the courtroom. If Gareth's death was really a crime, then who was the real mastermind behind that crime? And why was he left inside that bag in a way that would forever remain an unsolved puzzle for the world? And why did powerful forces work so hard to change the official conclusion? Today, the first and biggest question remains the same one that has troubled everyone from the beginning. How exactly was the bag locked? Forensic experts conducted test after test, but they said that a human being cannot lock themselves inside that type of holdall. If that's the case, then who was it that locked Gareth inside? The second mystery is connected to Gareth's digital devices. Strange things emerged in the analysis of his laptops and phones. Some data had been deleted. There were encrypted files that still haven't been decoded. Was this just his personal interest? Or was it sensitive information that shouldn't have come before the world? The third terrifying possibility. Advanced cyber surveillance equipment was found in his flat, far beyond what a normal intelligence officer would possess. GPS tracking devices, encrypted communication tools, and mysterious hard drives. Was Gareth running his own private intelligence operation? Then the question that makes everyone restless. Did MI6 really hide everything? According to reports, MI6 late notified the police about Gareth's disappearance, and there was also a delay in entering his flat. Critics said the agency deliberately confused the case so that the real picture would never emerge. The most chilling discovery. Phone records showed mysterious calls to untraceable numbers in the days before his death. Someone had been in contact with Gareth. But who? And what did they discuss? And then the conspiracy theories that are alive today. Some people say Gareth was eliminated by foreign intelligence agencies. Some believe it was an internal cover-up. And some theories even say he got caught in the middle of a secret operation where he knew too much. But what was the real truth? Nobody knows. And that's why Gareth Williams' death has become one of London's darkest and most unsolved mysteries. The question today is the same as it was in 2010. Will we ever know how that night, hidden inside the sports bag, was actually written? The most terrifying thought of all: what if the people who know the truth are still out there, watching, waiting? Gareth Williams' death didn't just end one person's life, but left behind a mystery that became an obsession for media and the public. Every newspaper, every TV channel, and every documentary remembers this case as the spy in the bag. This phrase is still heard today and immediately brings up the image of that locked sports bag in the mind. For the public, Gareth wasn't just another spy. He became a symbol, a person who was part of the world's most powerful intelligence network, but still died so mysteriously inside his own home that the world still can't understand. His death also raised questions about MI6's credibility. Intelligence agencies worldwide reviewed their security protocols. If one of their own officers could be found in such a condition inside his own home, could agencies really protect their people? And if truth was hidden, what was so important that it was shielded at the cost of a life? This case became a haunting reminder within the intelligence community that in the secret world, there's a thin line between truth and lies. And when that line breaks, only secrets and fear remain. Ellen Williams, Gareth's mother, still campaigns for truth. She says, "My son was murdered, and I'll never stop fighting for justice." Their pain echoes the pain of every family who loses someone to secrets they'll never understand. And the biggest question that still hangs in the air: was this murder an accident or history's most perfect crime? But this isn't the first time a person's death has plunged the world into such secrets that never get answers. The Gareth Williams case remains a chilling reminder that some secrets are buried so deep, they take the truth with them to the grave. In the shadowy world of intelligence, where loyalty and betrayal dance together, one young mathematician's life became the ultimate puzzle, one that may never be solved. And somewhere in the darkness, the truth waits, locked away like Gareth himself, in a mystery that may never be opened. But remember, in the world of spies, no case is ever truly closed. Somewhere, someone knows exactly what happened in that bathroom on that August night. The question is, will they ever speak? And that brings us to the end of today's mystery. But the questions remain. What do you think really happened? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this dark tale, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another story from the shadows of history. And if you think this case was chilling, wait until you see the story of room 1046. It's right here on your screen. Click now and step into one of the most disturbing unsolved mysteries ever recorded.